Sparky's back!
Gen Z. Wait, I'm retarded. The Gen Z Hater Problem by Tommy Never Fucking Goons. Let's get into it.
Gen Z as a whole generation is bad at a lot of things. Bad at not getting addicted to vaping and making up new methods to get high. Bad at focusing for longer than 5 minutes without having to scroll on TikTok for an hour. Bad at not ordering DoorDash 4 to 5 times a week. But what Gen Z is best at, its magnus opus, is hate. There is no generation that is as hateful or vile as much as Gen Z is. There's generations that grew up and fought in wars, and I swear they're still not as hateful as us. If the people that fought in wars had to sit at a middle school or high school lunch table in 2016 and get roasted, they'd leave with more PTSD than on the war field. Nowadays,
nah, low key though, I can't even lie. Low key. Because, you know, I feel like, you know, everyone goes through trauma, but it's a different type of trauma, right? Like, their trauma was running from bullets. Our trauma was like running from addictions and niggas trying to bake us and shit. So shit, who knows? We might just, I don't think one is more sensitive or tougher than the other. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, if we switch positions, we'd probably both be cooked. Who knows?
Like everything that goes viral is due to some type of hating. Think of some of the biggest things last year. Drake versus Kendrick, making fun of Ice Spice, happy for the elimination of the healthcare CEO.
That is pretty true.
A little more valid, but you get my point. We've kind of thrived on hate, like how the ancient Romans had Colosseum fights, and the crowd would cheer when it was a person versus a lion and see if they would win over bloodshed. I wanted to talk about this now because there's been this trend on TikTok hating on a certain rapper. Someone you all should know. Like, I could literally put a picture of his hair and you would all guess it. XXX Tentacion. The speed X took over the rap game was something I think we haven't seen since he came out. This man was in.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Son, y'all just had to be there. I don't know how old y'all are. I don't know what y'all, like, I just don't know. Real quick chat, how old are y'all right now? Drop y'all age. But if y'all weren't there, like, you just had to be there, bro. I kid you not. I remember, son, like, I was like fucking, bro. I'll never forget the day I discovered this nigga, bro. My mans, he was like, yo, bro. This new nigga just came out, bro. His name is like XXX Tennessee, and that's what niggas was calling him back then because they didn't know how to pronounce his name. And then I just remember, like, he didn't even have interview. He didn't have shit upon his name. It was just that one song, and like obviously like his older distorted ass songs. And then you would just see these fucking fight videos, bro. And this nigga was beating ass, and then niggas will put the fight videos in the. It was the coolest shit I'd ever seen up until that point. Like, no rapper was ever marketed the way that this nigga was. And you have to understand too, like, for like a few months, we didn't really have anything from this nigga because he was in jail. So it was like, damn, who's this nigga's mugshot? Oh, the shit, that's the nigga fighting? Oh shit, this nigga making it. Like, it was just so, it was like a lot of mystery to that nigga, bro. So it was just crazy, bro. It was crazy. Like, that was a fucking time to be alive. 21, 15, 22. Okay, so y'all was around, you feel me? Some of y'all was like really, really young, bro, but you just had to fucking be there, bro. Holy shit. When X stopped the beat in the XXL Cypher, that shit was unheard of. See, and that's the thing, bro. When I say niggas is dick riders, when that shit happened, everyone hated him for it. Everyone memed it. Everyone was like, it was stupid. Now, granted, I get it. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not mad at the jokes and shit. The jokes were hilarious. I remember people made, like, skit videos talking about it and shit. But, like, I find it so crazy because everyone made fun of him from doing that. Well, for doing that. And then literally every single XXL after that, everyone cut the beat. Now, granted, they didn't cut the beat to rap like they were about to summon spirits into the room that were gonna eat everybody, but they still cut the beats. Like, that nigga was a fucking trendsetter, bro. That nigga was a fucking trendsetter. X was whooping ass so bad they pressed charges on him, bro. He had whole, like, 10-minute fight compilations, bro. 10-minute long fight compilations with his music. It was unheard of, bro. You just had to be there. That was I know I'm glazing, bro. It's like, deadass my favorite art. I'm sorry. You just had to be there. X shaving his eyebrows also was like, every month there was some new shit with that nigga, bro. He got knocked out on state. Like, X, bro, that was a time to be alive. I'm sorry, though, y'all. Back to the video.
In jail when Look At Me came out and was going viral. He went in jail as a pretty unknown guy, then overnight
became a
celebrity. It was like one day on the internet you started to see these variations of profile pictures of X. And
why is everyone spiraling over
X playing with Dante in your rage? That was a fucking
classic,
bro. When he started the gaming channel, bro, holy shit. That was a time. I fucking missed those times, bro. So fucking, life was so good back then.
I was one of them dudes in school rocking the X profile picture. He had that cult-like rap following that only a certain amount of rappers have. Nowadays, his closest equivalent is probably Cardi Glazers. You got Ye fans,
100%.
Travis Scott fans, YoungBoy fans. But I would say out of all of them, he was blowing them out the water with the amount of grass he had on his fans, even just from my account. I used to be staying updated on everything he had going on, and he was always getting in some type of drama. So you
Like, it just don't hit the same, like, bro. It's like, it's a reason, like, Cardi's the only nigga that gets compared to this nigga, bro. Because, like, but even then, it's so different. Like, this nigga was different, bro. We old, bro. I miss Prime Fortnite. Nah, yeah. Granted, I was always shitty at Fortnite, but, you know, it was nice, bro. I miss when niggas didn't... I miss when nobody knew how to play, and so a win was somewhat attainable because everyone was on the same playing field. I remember niggas was making forts in Fortnite and shit, bro. Like, actual forts and just camping in the fort, knowing that the fucking storm was a minute away, where you would have to leave that shit, bro. It was fucking stupid, and I loved every second of it.
You could always check his Instagram story and there being a chance he's dissing one of your favorite rappers. And even
That's
if you
a
didn't
fact,
listen to
Slade,
him or didn't care about him, you had no choice but to see him because the social media pages were posting him all the time. I remember so many were trying to sound like X and even copy the cadence he talks in.
Facts. Like, look, major dick suckery, bro. Because it's not even like he just copying how this nigga, like, speaks, right? It's one thing to just speak like X or whatever. This nigga got his mannerisms damn near down to a T, bro. I can't even lie. And he got the numbed, like, he had niggas wanting to be him, bro. Like, literally.
He was relatable to a lot of the younger generation because he would talk about his depression and what he's going through, and also give motivational talks all the time, telling people to chase their
That was the
dreams.
other thing too, bro. Then he like, he just shifted everything, bro. He was dropping straight ass beating compilations, rage music, and then he's like, yeah, guys, I'm dropping an album. We like, all right, bet. Like, what we gonna hear? Is it more beat a nigga ass music? No. This nigga drops a fucking alternative album about depression. And it was amazing, bro. You just had to fucking be there. I'm sorry.
The last rapper
No
to
more
do something
Glaze.
like that for a generation was Ye, which is why when he passed away, it was such a big deal to people. And for a long time, people have talked about his impact online and how big he could have potentially been. But now, apparently on TikTok, people have been
Jades.
hating on him. Like, this isn't some small trend or something. It's a huge, big trend on there. We all know since X was always talking about his depression and his thoughts all the time, they would always use his songs and him speaking in sad edits and emo edits. We can never forget that Bart Simpson profile picture. I'm glad to say I was not one of those dudes rocking that. A lot of people would hear what he said and act fake depressed online.
My life sucks, man. If people only knew the pain and anguish I went through to be here, they'd
Yeah, I'll
respect
tell
me.
you, bro.
Jimmy, your parents live in the
Tell you, back then it was a fucking trend to be depressed, and that's why this nigga was so big, bro. Like, you would literally have the most perfect life, bro. 2 parents that fucking love you. You'd get $20 a day for school. Shit, you might even have had a fucking girl on your dick, bro. Whatever. One listen of 17, bro, and that shit will make you start just creating problems to suddenly have, bro. Like, I swear. I swear. I swear, that album got me through some shit. That was a fucking great ass album.
Richest part of Beverly Hills in a $5 million house. Them Bart Simpson edit
Facts.
videos used to go crazy back in the day on YouTube though. And was X sometimes exaggerated with getting his point across? Yes. So people have been bringing up these clips recently, posting him acting like that back in the day and kind
X was changing for the better, just showed how much good he wanted to do. Facts. X and Juice Dime pretty much killed off the whole emo era of rap. That's a fact. That's a fact. Which is sad because, like, I feel like they could have brought, like, a whole new energy to rap. Like, shit would not be the same right now if these niggas were still alive. Like, God knows where rap would have been right now, bro. Literally, God knows.
of clowning him.
Do you have any relationship with your father?
What's that? What's a father?
From mental illness, or do you suffer from depression?
Do I think I suffer from mental illness? I think I'm different. And that's the last thing I'll say in the video. You can keep that in there, though. So I'll say Onfroy was weak. X is the complete opposite. X desires control. Controversy.
Like, bro, it's one
Okay. Hot take when it comes to this. Because people are saying it's corny. But you guys have to understand, like, it's only corny because there have been so many people since he did this type of shit that tried to replicate it. He was, at the time, no one was doing interviews answering questions like this. No one was on this type of timing. Now it's like there have been so many people that came and went since then that tried to develop like little characteristics and little aspects of X's character and what made him so unique, and like try to apply that to themselves to the point where like now it's seen as corny. And even then, like even without that, if you want to say that shit was corny, sure, whatever, cool. But like, the nigga died at 20 years old, bro. Like, I'm older than the nigga ever got to see in his life. And that shit don't even sit right with me, bro. He died at 20 years old, bro. 20 years old. Like, even if he was talking like this, bro, the nigga was a young nigga, bro. The nigga was he was a young nigga, bro. Like, yo, if you want to say what's a father, bro, you feel like, let him say that, bro. Let him say that. But that's my take on this situation. It's crazy. I was 13 when X died. Facts, bro. Crazy. The popular only video. So fake. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that whole edgy, not giving too many answers, and like not taking interviews seriously. Like, bro, these niggas started that, bro. It was X, it was Uzi, it was Ski. Like, it was they started this whole thing, bro. Now it's corny because there's so many people that came since then and tried to implement that into their character. So now to the point where like you're looking at this shit and you're like, damn, like what the fuck? This shit is corny. But that's only because everyone is doing it now. But they started this shit, bro. So I don't even feel like, if you think it's corny, you think it's corny. But that's how I feel about it, bro. That's how I feel about it.
One thing posting him and saying this is kinda cringe looking back on it. To be honest, a lot of that stuff just didn't age well from that era. You could look back on any era and there's always gonna be some cringe things. But people in the comments be talking about he had to go. Or be talking about his music wasn't.
And I love Uzi. I love Uzi. And he nigga, even when it comes to style, one of my inspirations without a doubt. I'll give Uzi flowers till the day I die. But this was not it, I ain't gonna lie. And the sad thing is too, I defended this shit. I did. I did. But I should not have. I ain't gonna lie, this was not it.
Comments be talking about he had to go. Or be talking about his music wasn't good. Like, where did this hate come from? That's brand new to me. Because for the longest, everyone was saying how talented X was and how far he could have made it. But now, because of a couple of viral TikToks, he's all of a sudden the most corny person and was never good. This guy
like
probably
it's dick riding, bro.
What I've seen happen on TikTok.
Let's not play like X wasn't cool as shit. Y'all love to fake support someone, and the second like some bad shit come out, you're always like, damn, like I knew from the beginning. Like I was one of them ones who was like, I knew from the beginning. I was a day one hater, because that's not even a flex, dude.
Uzi and
It's not hating on X before that clip came out.
Oh, yeah, they did.
On the wave. Y'all love to bring the
But I ain't gonna lie, a lot of niggas, like everyone dresses like them now. Well, not now maybe, but like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, they pushed a lot of barriers for niggas to even start doing certain shit, bro. Like, they did.
Damn, bro. Y'all love to see someone who's been getting constant love, and the second some controversy come out, y'all trying to act like he was bad the whole time, when in reality you was just waiting for a moment to finally bring his name down. Why is everyone saying they knew he was corny when he has so much love and not a hater was in sight? Like somebody's lying. Do I have a father?
That's why I ain't gonna lie, nigga. They say love, hate, it's all the same, bro. It's just a matter of time. And even time is an illusion, so like, you feel me? It is what it is. You just gotta have your own opinions on things, man. That's really all it is. Just have your own opinions. I don't know why it's so hard to do that. I literally don't know why it's so hard to do that. The color dreads was popularized by rappers from the SoundCloud era like X and stuff. That's a fact. Now even people like niggas is cutting all they dreads off saying, oh, dreads are corny. I want a nigga with waves. Who gives a fuck? Do you? And the sad thing is, these things don't even properly reflect people's opinions, bro. Do you know how many fucking girls will probably sit there and be like, oh, I don't want a person like this, and I don't want a person that does this, and I want someone that's 200 pounds and could lift me up, bro. And then a nigga like me get in their face and they fucking fold because I'm that nigga. No, I'm trolling. Not really, but you feel me? Like, bro, people, what the shit people say, they're just saying it because it's the popular thing to say, or they might feel like that's how they feel in that moment. Like, it's easy to say shit until you actually end up in the situations, bro. But people want to give things the benefit of the doubt, bro. Half the niggas you ask about their opinion on this shit, that's leaving all these negative comments on the internet, ain't even gonna have the same fucking opinion in real life, bro. They gonna tell you that X was the GOAT. I'm a swole guy, so it's hard for me to look good dressing in streetwear. I just wear sweatsuits. You can still rock streetwear, bro. You just gotta know what works for your body, you feel me? A lot of people, they look up to niggas like Uzi and niggas that are like skinnier and thug. So like that's their only perception of how they perceive that they can dress. But there's a lot of big niggas that could dress too. Like look up ASAP Bari. That's like a really good nigga that could dress. Like for bigger dudes and shit, like he's a good one.
What's that?
As soon as a couple people turn on someone, everybody's gonna act like they always thought that person was corny and never good. At the end of the day, back then, everyone was a little more cornier, especially if you're younger still. But like, do you know what we used to wear? This was the average fit back in 2017. It's crazy how in our generation, a couple of TikToks of someone being cringe go viral, and people shift from loving the person to hating them.
And watch like 3-4 years from now, bro. Everyone's gonna be right. Like everything comes in circles, bro. Everything, all this shit from 2017 probably gonna be trendy again, bro. I already seen niggas already put on a V-Lone shirt, bro, and now all the niggas saying that shit was corny. V-Lone shirts was on fucking Grailed for $30. All that shit was happening, bro. And now everyone's about to be rocking that shit again, bro. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. That's why you just gotta do you, bro. That's why you just gotta do you. 8 years from now, the same people will say the same thing about prior. That's what I'm saying though. Like it's cycles. Everything comes in cycles. Everything comes in cycles, bro. It's just now we're on the internet. We're in the age of the internet where people can have an opinion, and so they exercise that right. Where instead of just like letting shit fizzle out and just looking at it for what it is, they just gotta look back on it and just say like, "Oh, I fucking hate it," and they don't even genuinely feel that way. It's just everyone else is doing it.
The time when you talked any on X for years, people would come for you. I think what a lot of this hate is really coming down to is either those kids who used to listen to him grew up and are cringing looking back on it, and new kids are coming in who never listened to X and are just on him. Back in the day, would watch this and think it's the toughest thing of all time. I feel like with our generation, making fun of dead people who never did anything is a common thing. Like I remember when the George Floyd protests were going on and people were making memes of George Floyd. It wouldn't be funny 99% of the time too. It was just cringe. Another thing that showed me how hateful our generation is was when gender arguments and people started to dedicate podcasts to hating another gender. I think the sole reason of why the birth rate is declining worldwide.
All because it was getting engagement, bro. Mind you, like, y'all let niggas who never got bitches their entire lives have the biggest podcast. Like, one of the biggest podcasts, bro. Like, it's crazy.
It's because the people that run these stupid ass podcasts. In the past, you went out to find someone and had your criterias, then boom, marriage. But nowadays, people get swayed for a potential option because they had Fresh and Fit tell them otherwise.
There you go. That's how true it is.
This is a very unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think if you're in a serious relationship with a girl, she should not have an Instagram. That's cheating.
Gen Z men are boring. Men are boring. You're lazy. You're boring. You don't have hobbies. You're unambitious. You don't know how to talk to women. You're not respectful.
Yo, I see that one coming. I ain't gonna lie. No, we gotta run that back.
Men are boring. Men are boring. You're lazy.
And having an Instagram being cheating is crazy. I can't lie. That's ridiculous.
Boring. You don't have hobbies. You're unambitious. You don't know how to talk to women. You're not respectful.
I think we're at the point where these type of dumbass people aren't getting
crazy.
as much attention anymore. Both men and women are absolutely tired of this shit. I notice no matter how much they fearmonger these things, saying something like all these girls out here are gold diggers and will pretend to love you, or saying all these dudes are manipulating you and are always ready to cheat, I almost never see these type of situations happen in real life. And if I do, it's like 1 or 2 cases I've seen in my whole life.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The internet is a place where a bunch of people a bunch of idiots who would never come together to voice their opinions otherwise can look way bigger than they are because they can come together on the internet. There might be a dickhead in Alaska that feels like women, you feel me, shouldn't have rights. There might be a dickhead in New York that feels like women shouldn't have rights, right? Now, in real life, if they said that to the average person, they'd probably get slapped in the fucking face. But on Twitter, they can come together and agree about it. Now, if you really, like, you feel me, Twitter is a community now, right? So it's like you could have a community full of people that have the same opinions as you and make it look way bigger of an issue, or make it look like way bigger of an opinion or issue than it actually is. When in reality, it's not even the case, bro. Talk to niggas like you know how many niggas on Twitter probably said some crazy ass shit and you just, like, those niggas served you your fucking coffee this morning, bro. And you'd never know because they're not even talking like this in real life, bro. It's just internet shit. It's literally just internet shit. In the real life, with our political climate, I won't be surprised if someone said out of pocket like that. They are saying out of pocket shit like that, bro. Like, bro, like, as crazy as the shit Kanye was saying was, you know, there's like still people that defend that, right? Bro, he dropped a shirt with a fucking swastika on it today, bro. Someone out there bought it. Someone out there justified paying $30 for that, bro. Someone did. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. People think this shit.
Lifetime. You gotta realize the reason why these people are saying these situations are so common is because they hang out in those type of environments. The average person is not running into this a lot of times. And it's showing more that the person that runs into this stuff all the time just has choices at picking. But because of social media and because their voices are so amplified, it's why it's a common thing for men and women of our generation to run around with these ideas. Another thing that showed me
I made a fucking video about this, bro. Holy shit. Damn, Tommy. This would have been a good fucking video to make, I ain't gonna lie.
How hateful we are is politics. There was no other generation where someone's political view pissed you off so much that you couldn't be friends with that person anymore. I'm talking about the non-extreme cases, of course. You know, if someone's extremely insane on either side, that's valid to cut them off. Like, sometimes people just can't be helped. But people will cut off their family over who they voted for. Both sides.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Election day last year was a fucking war zone, bro. Like, I swear. You couldn't, like... You couldn't avoid an argument, bro. You couldn't avoid an argument. It's crazy.
Blocked.
I blocked my sister too. She the only one that's smoking. She couldn't take her ass down there and vote. So now we're cutting off people because they didn't even choose to vote? Bro, what happened to the choice to vote? Only
like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, anything you did, someone would have got tight. Because people thought Harris was a terrible candidate. People thought Trump was a terrible candidate. And let's be honest, whatever that Green Party shit, niggas knew they weren't winning. But then if you don't vote, you're irresponsible. You can't fucking win, bro. You couldn't fucking win. Just do you at that point. I didn't like that time during the election for real. Now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, real shit. Like, I was fucking trolling, bro. Because it was like, whatever. Like, all this shit was so fucking stupid, bro. All this shit was so fucking stupid. It should never get in between genuine relationships that you have with people that you care about, bro. It was never that serious. Ever that serious. Never. It was never that serious, bro. It was never that serious.
64% of the US population that could vote voted in the last election. It's not like the whole country comes out every time. And our generation got the worst of it. We have some of the most extremely odd and insane politicians of all time. One of our presidents was sleeping through half the job, while the other could wake up one day randomly and decide to take some away from us. And the person he...
Nah, yeah. Low-key, like, just... I feel like the diversity in that landscape was crazy. Like, we deadass, like, we damn near see Trump every single day. I remember, like, maybe seeing a post about Joe Biden, like, maybe once a month sometimes, bro. Like, I don't know. I just find that kind of crazy.
He was against was campaigning by getting celebrities to twerk on stage. If you told an American this is how politics would be in 1999, they'd call you a crazy person. And this all literally just started in 2016.
I wasn't even around in 1999, and like, I remember like the 2008 election, 2012, 2016, like, shit progressively got so unserious, bro. Like, life slowly turned into South Park. I didn't like the time. They're like, oh yeah, my fault. I read that already. I thought they were both bad. No, I mean, I agree. Like this is fucking stupid. Like, all this shit is fucking stupid. Imagine if the election was Obama versus Trump. That would be so comp. That would be entertaining. I ain't gonna lie. That would be entertaining. It would be entertaining.
Like Gen Z.
Politics gets so much easier when you just look at this shit as entertainment. Which, honestly, at this point, they don't make it that hard for you to do.
Ain't have a single chance for peace. Millennials had George Bush and Obama way more peaceful. Even though they protested George Bush, their protests are nothing close to the protests Trump beginning. They be filling up whole cities with his protests. And on the other side, of course, you got the Trump rallies where you'll see riding you've never seen in your life. The social media algorithm kind of makes it so you have to pick one side and one side only, which has affected Gen Z the most. It's proven we have the biggest political gap and worst to argue with.
My mom wanted me to vote for Kamala out of nothing positive, but because she's black, I hate both parties. That's the other thing that gets me tight too, bro. That's like the most rudimentary argument you could have for any sort of the political spectrum. Like that shit, like I hate when people say shit like that. Because she's black, nigga. That's the same shit that got Mayor Adams put in our fucking office, nigga. And you see what that shit happened. You see what happened with that shit. Granted, that's some New York shit, so you might not know what the fuck I'm talking about, but just know it ain't good.
Because as soon as you start to see a couple...
That would be cool, but good things would never happen. Well, like, if you looked at politics as entertainment. Nah, yeah, you're probably right. But honestly, realistically, like, they're kind of leaving us no choice but to look at politics as entertainment. She never even said what her policies were in the first place. Well, Kamala, yeah, like, and then it looked fucked up too, right? Because, like, she's promising all these things, but, like, what people forget is that she was the vice president. So in a lot of regards, like, there was a lot of shit that should have gotten done technically under her administration that she's promising, but it's like, nigga, like, we were kind of already under your administration, so how much can we really believe you? And yeah, I get the argument, the vice president doesn't have power, but like, y'all are supposed to be analogous in a way, you feel me? Like, y'all are supposed to kind of be on the same page, like, even with Trump and Vance and shit, you know? Say nothing about them, but like, they definitely seem to be way more on the same page than Bernie and fucking Kamala were. Like, I actually don't think they even really like each other that much, if I'm being real. But yeah, I hate Eric Adams. He ruined our city so much, man. They don't even know the half of it, man.
A post relating to that side, your whole feed is eventually going to be full of it. And it's not people's fault. Social media has manufactured it to be like that. There's a lot of victims out there who unintentionally has had this happen to them and has shaped who they are politically. I try my best to distinct a lot of this stuff and not fall down any stupid rabbit holes because I'm not dedicated to either side anyways. To me, it's more of a problem that our generation doesn't even like to hear out the other side a lot of times. People just assume the worst and think you're lost and don't want to talk to you. The bad news about this too is it's going to keep getting divided. When Gen Z starts raising kids, these are going to drill their beliefs into their kids' minds before their brains even in a solid state. My parents raised me and my brother off the notion of not to talk about adult things when we were young, which I liked. And politics was one of those things because as a kid, your parents should not be telling you about the political and economic state of the world, bro. You should be worrying about playing Roblox and Fortnite and getting brain rot from TikTok. Remember too, Gen Z was like the whole experiment in the social media political world. So Gen Alpha next is going to be more divided than us, then Gen Beta is going to be more divided than after that until the point of implosion. Anyways, that's all I've got for real. If you're a hater, stay a hater and make sure to comment something hateful. Let's keep this train moving. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time,
I love you guys consensually. W Tommy, bro. W Tommy.